Hey guys, in today's video we're going to talk about why the pros are so good at chipping. All right guys, so let's talk about why the pros are so good at chipping. Now in this video, what I really want to talk about is different scenarios around the green and how they're able to handle that. Now the pros obviously are so good at chipping because of their technique, but they're also able to handle all of the scenarios. So I want to talk about uphill lies and downhill lies. Now, two quick things I do want to talk to you guys about before we dive into these chipping pieces. Number one is we have released master classes throughout the year. We have lots of different master classes that are really specifically designed around one flaw in your swing or game. We have early extension master classes, we have rotation, we have shallow your downswing, senior golfer master class, slice fix. We have a whole list of master classes, most of them 20 to 30 videos and well over an hour about one specific thing. A lot of you guys should be checking out these master classes to go a level above or beyond just these YouTube videos. We'll include a link in the description down below for those master classes. Now beyond that, all of our members at CogornoGolf.com do get free access to all of the master classes that come out about once a month, as well as all of the content and the videos on CogornoGolf.com. Really guided step-by-step learning. We have our practice sections on the site, quick fix sections about every possible swing mechanic, as well as our Facebook group where you can post your swing up and get feedback from me on what you specifically should do to take your game to the next level. Would love all you guys to join our community. We'll put a link for Cogorno Golf in the description down below. Now with the chipping, we've done a couple different chipping pieces before about the stock mechanics and what's important, right? We've talked about things like having your feet very close together, getting closer to the golf ball, right? Keeping the club head on plane during the backswing, keeping the chest rotating. We've talked about these general things, and if you haven't seen those, you should head back and search Chip Like the Pros, right? And some of the other chipping videos that we've done before, and check out those mechanics. The next level to that is how do we do these on different lies? And we want to talk first about an uphill lie. So we have a hole here. We're at the Bethlehem Golf Club. We're on hole number 14. It's a par 3. And we found a dramatically uphill lie here between the bunker and the pin. And some of you guys will get this when you go play. Now, why the pros are so good at chipping and getting up and down, and why sometimes we struggle, is they're not only good from these flat, easy lies, they're really good from uphill lies or downhill lies, or if they have thick rough. They're able to manage all kinds of different scenarios, and you need to be able to learn how to do that too. So uphill lie. The common fault I see with handling different lies, whether it's uphill or downhill, is I was always taught with an uphill lie to kind of swing with the slope. So I'd kind of like angle my body with the slope. Hopefully I don't fall in the bunker. My shoulders would be angled. I'd kind of tilt back, and I was told, or I thought, swing low to high and kind of swing with the slope. The problem with that is I'd get a lot of fat and thin contact. What instead I would do if I were you is swing against the slope. So for me, when I do my setup here, I'm going to keep my feet fairly close, maybe a little wider for support. I'm not going to lean with the slope. In fact, I'm going to lean against it or into it, which means I'm going to tilt my body forward. And when I swing here, I'm not trying to swing up with the slope. I'm going to swing, and I want my club head to actually hit and stop into the hill. Okay, so I'm purposely trying to have a descending blow to hit into the hill. Now I know when I do that, I need to make sure I hit ball first. I know that when I hit the hill, it's going to take some speed off. The ball from an uphill lie is usually going to go higher and shorter than normal, which means either I need to swing a little longer or faster, or I can take more club. So maybe normally from here, I'd hit a sand wedge. When you have an uphill lie, it goes high and short, doesn't get to the hole. Take a gap wedge, take a pitching wedge, do the same technique. But what I want you to do is take your setup position. The ball's slightly farther back with an uphill lie, maybe in line with the right toes. Handle's leaning forward. My pressure is mostly on my left foot. I'm leaning forward. I'm trying to get the club head to hit the ball and stop and hit into the hill. Some of you guys may have heard otherwise in this, but I'm telling you, this is going to work better. Ball forward, I'm going to hit into the hill here and just pop the ball up. Now you can't see that one, but we'll show you from different angles. That's probably 5 or 6 feet past the pin, pretty good shot. What I want to avoid is falling back on my right foot or swinging up on the slope, fat and thin. Ball back, handle forward, weight forward, lean into the hill, have the club work into the hill. Grip down, I'm almost at the end of the shaft, I'm very close to the ball. and let the club pop into the hill. And then look at my follow through. See how I hit and I stop here. I don't go all the way up like this on an uphill lie. Let's do one more. And you do this, the more severe the uphill lie, the more you want to pop the club into the hill and just let it pop up and out. Ball back, hands forward. Again, I'm just going to pop it into the hill, gripping down, standing close to it. And I'm okay with my club stopping and letting that roll out like that. So that's how you handle the uphill lie. You hit into the slope, lean into the slope. Now, from a downhill lie, it's the exact opposite of that. Let's talk about how to do that. So situation number 2 that the pros are really good at is a downhill lie. Now we came here to hole number 15, a little farther away from the hole. We got about a 20-yard chip shot here with a reasonably severe downhill slope. Now, unlike the uphill lie, where I want you to hit into the slope and stand and lean into the slope, for this one now, I want you to kind of go with the slope. So uphill, you go against the slope. Downhill, you go with the slope. So if I was going to hit a downhill shot, with the uphill shot, my feet were very close. The ball was back, handle forward, weight forward, and you hit into the hill and kind of pop the ball out. Downhill lie, exact opposite stuff. Wider feet here for a downhill lie. I'm really gonna kind of tilt myself and lean myself basically the same angle as the slope here for this. The difference being, on a downhill lie, I've got ground that's literally above the ball, right, that my club can hit. If you imagine I have an uphill lie the other way, I've got plenty of space to get my club in there. On a downhill lie, if the ball's here, if I swung like normal, I would literally hit the ground. So I've got to change my angle of attack big time on this to make this work. So we go feet wider here, still more pressure on my left foot, still leaning my spine, kind of like leaning to RPs, like left and forward, left shoulder lower, head forward. Now, because I have the slope like this, I'm going to swing more up on the way back and more down on the way through. I'm trying to visualize my club head kind of going with the slope, going more vertical on the way back, and then riding down the slope kind of lower on the way through for a stock trajectory. So it would look something like this. Now, on the uphill lie, if I'm popping it out, I generally wouldn't open my club face very much, maybe just a little bit, but pretty square. On these shots, I tend to open my face a little more because we're going downhill and hitting on that angle to help the ball get in the air a little bit more. So face more open, I keep the ball position pretty neutral, hinging it kind of up more on the way back and going with the slope on the way down, always on these, keeping my chest turning, keeping the bend in my left knee like a bunker shot on the way down, staying low on the way through. So if I was gonna hit this kind of basic 20-yard pitch, I'm forward, handles neutral, faces open, pressure forward, body forward, up, down on the way through, keep the knee, left knee bent the whole time. That would be basically a standard, I couldn't hit that much better than that, kind of a basic 20-yard little shot. Now again, if you're closer to the green or farther away, you adjust swing length, but this would be kind of a basic little 20-yard pitch, face slightly open, me forward, up, down, keep my legs bent, keep my shirt buttons turning here. So as I exit down, you can see my club head here, that was another good one, is low. Now, that would be about a stock trajectory. If I needed to go higher from here, I could rehinge like this. You just got to keep in mind it's getting a little riskier, right? So if you're more advanced, you can have this and you can go high, low, but then rehinge up, and that'll help it go a little higher. So you can do more of kind of a flop shot style technique like that was good. Or again, if you're just trying to kind of get it on the green, feet wide, weight forward, you forward, here, go down with it. Arms and hands far away from your body, knees bent, staying low, going with the slope. One more. That'll be your easiest technique to get out of that, where you don't rehinge, you kind of keep your thumbs pointed down towards the ground. That's how you would play the downhill slope version. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, do us a favor, click the like button down below. Click the notification bell. Also, please subscribe if you haven't. Another reminder, every Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are live here on YouTube for Rapid Fire Golf. Would love to see you guys there. Thank you guys.